everyone, and finally welcome back to another Lord of the Rings review. Before I get started, I just want to say that this review will probably be less in-depth and shorter than my previous one. Not that my movie reviews are very in-depth anyway, because I assume that you've already seen the movie and can kind of put together what I'm talking about. The thing is here, The Two Towers is not really a sequel in the same sense that Batman v Superman is a sequel to Man of Steel. It very much is just the first movie continued into the second movie. It is, you could put all three movies actually, all three movies could just be one 9-hour movie if they really wanted to do it that way. With that said, it's just going to be a shorter review overall. And because this is very much a continuation, a lot of things that were done right and a lot of things that I didn't really like so much in the first movie are carried over here. So here we are with my review for The Two Towers. Came out in 2002, basically a year after the first one. Like I've been saying repeatedly throughout this video so far, it is very much just a continuation of the first movie, so a lot of the things I liked and didn't like are present here. So music is the same, cinematography, editing, things like that are the same. All of them are good, by the way. I don't mean to say that they're all bad. I do like those things. I don't think it's a badly made movie. In fact, it's very well made, and I'll get to this more on later. But one thing I think this movie does better than the first movie is the effects, especially with Gollum or Smeagol, which again I'll be talking about later. But my point is, all the technical stuff is just as good as the first movie, except effects I think are much better this time. As for the story, all of the characters are pretty much split up this time around. So you have Frodo and Sam. They're off on their own adventure. This is where they meet Smeagol/Gollum, who we only get a brief glimpse of in the first movie, but this time is done full mocap with Andy Serkis. Originally was only going to do the voice, but they got his entire performance right in the motion capture, which was very well done. He is probably one of the best performances in this movie, or maybe the best, depending on how you think. I mean, he's definitely up there. Next you have Merry and Pippin. They're off on their own. They get separated from the rest of the characters. People think that they're dead, but then they're actually alive. You know, they go with the tree people. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. That's one of the things I have a problem with. Again, I don't fault the movies for this, but I just cannot remember the names for like anything. It's just, there's so much going on. But the tree people, you know who I'm talking about, if you've seen the movie, which I hope you have. Merry and Pippin are with them. The movie has a lot to say about like the negative effects of deforestation, which I thought was interesting. That it has like a real world theme in it. I mean, it does have themes of like friendship and things like that, but like, you know, something more specific to actually the real world. I thought that was interesting. And you have Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli going to Rohan to convince those people to help in the battle against Sauron. I actually think that they spend more time on this than they do with Frodo, which I thought was interesting. A lot more about the Rohan and all these people and the king and yada yada yada. More time is spent there, I think. That's the main focus of the movie. Just the characters are separated. They're off doing their own thing. Like I said, the whole Rohan stuff is pretty much the main focus of the movie, I'd say. It's definitely, I think, where the most amount of stuff happens, I guess, in general. Which leads to the Battle of Helm's Deep, where Saruman, not Sauron, is leading his forces against Helm's Deep, and they're all gonna fight. Gandalf comes back. He's now Gandalf the White instead of Gandalf the Grey. He got a makeover. He's looking good. He's helping out those people. Merry and Pippin and the tree people managed to flood all of Saruman's like reinforcements or whatever, so taken out of the picture. The Battle of Helm's Deep is very well done. It just builds this sense of like scale, I guess. Again, improved by the special effects with just the thousands of soldiers, but also the practical stuff when they're actually fighting is really good. Viggo Mortensen, who plays Aragorn. Two things I have to say about him. If you know like any trivia about the movie, you've probably heard this already, but first of all, broke 2 of his toes kicking a helmet and kept filming, which is probably why they got these movies done so quickly, is because of things like that. I know Sean Astin stepped on a shard of glass and just had to go to a hospital. I forget his name. The guy who plays Boromir had climbed up a cliff in the other movies instead of just going up a helicopter because he was afraid of heights. He would climb up a cliff to get the sets. Crazy things like that is why I guess these movies were made so quickly and so well done. But yeah, so he broke 2 of his toes, kept filming, but also he actually would use a real sword in at least some of the fights. He was trained by I don't know, the stunt guy or whatever. I can't remember his name, but he was trained to use a sword and actually was so good at it that they let him use a real sword. So it goes to show the care that was put into this movie. There was a lot of care put into all 3 of these movies, and I can see why people love these movies. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of Lord of the Rings, but I definitely understand why people love them. With that, I'm going to give the movie my score of great. Again, I'm not into it as much as some other people are, and I think that it's pretty much just the same as the first movie. It does have its downsides. Again, these are things that I guess they do affect my enjoyment of the movie, but I can't really fault the movie too much for it, and that is it's very long and I can't remember a lot of things. Like people's names mostly. Like I can remember the plot, obviously, like the tree people, for example. Can't remember what they're called, but I know that they do things that are important. So I'm leaving a lot of details out the movie, but it's a long movie and it's hard to cover everything. So yeah, Two Towers, I think it's great. Hopefully you guys have similar opinions. If you do, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time when I review The Return of the King. Goodbye.